He saw a woman frantically waving her arms on the side of the road, so he pulled over and offered a ride. Ryder says he was beaten by a group of men when he dropped her off.
Okay, what we have here is we have a male helping a female to the car. She appears to be drunk, and he's assisting her to the vehicle, whether it's her car or his car. Black SUV pulls up, passenger gets out of the SUV, walks from the back. At this time, the male knows something's wrong, so he takes off running, thinks he's getting away, gets past the vehicle. It appears that he got shot. Now, what I want you to pay attention to now is the female that fell down that he was helping. She's right in front of the red car. Now, she's getting up. She scares this person away that was walking past her. Now, watch her interaction with the guys getting out of the black SUV. She's not afraid of them. She knows these guys. She's not walking drunk anymore. She's not staggering. So this tells you right there that it was all a setup from the beginning. What it is, gentlemen, it's called the white knight syndrome. Which men like to help women because they think it's the right thing to do, or because they think they may be attractive, or something may be in it for them. But what you have to know is that women are out here and they're helping their friends set people up to get robbed. And that's exactly what happened right here. So when you're out and about, make sure that you're being careful and you're being watchful.
So yeah, this is exactly what, this is the video that the other guys that we're going to see next are talking about. And it's a textbook example of white knighting and how white knighting can get you killed or severely beaten. You see, this guy is helping this woman who pretends to be drunk, or who pretends that she's not able to to carry herself. But that was a setup, and the guy got shot and mugged as a result. So let's see what these guys are saying about this.
Hey there, friends. Thanks for checking in. I'm with Vincent Jackson once again. He's a firearm trainer. I took a class with him last summer, and it was outstanding. This video, we're going to talk about the white knight syndrome. Why don't you first explain what the white knight syndrome is?
Well, what the white knight syndrome is, Dan, it's when you have someone that wants to come to the rescue. They want to be the knight in shining armor. That's what it is, okay? And it doesn't necessarily have to be a male. It can be a female. What is, you want to come to the rescue. The con game is you take a female, you put her on the side of the road in a distressed vehicle, or a vehicle that appears to be distressed. You drive by, you go, oh, okay, well, let me help her. She's a female, she's not dressed provocatively. She has on decent clothes, she's like a decent human being, and that's why people stop. They stop, they go help her, and the next thing you know, somebody jumps up the ditch, 3 or 4 guys, and they rob the person. So that's the basics of what it is. It can be done in many different ways.
Well, so we want to be good Samaritans. I mean, we're called to help our neighbor, but there are times we have to turn our back and say, you know what, good luck, you have a phone, call the authorities.
The sad thing about it is, Dan, that's true. We're living in a society now where you just can't stop and help everybody that you want to.
Yeah.
You have to make a sound decision. You have to say, okay, is this something that I really want to do? If you have your family with you, is this something that you want to put them in harm's way doing? Now, you don't want to just leave someone stranded on the side of the road, but at the same time, you think about your safety and the safety of your family.
Well, you posted a video on this, and I'm going to put that in the description, of the white knight syndrome, where some lady was weeping and wailing, and this guy went to help her, and a truck pulled up, and guys jumped out of the truck, and that guy, he ran away. I think he got away, but
he did get away. It did appear that he may have got shot. They did shoot at him. The lady appeared that she was drunk. He was helping to either her car or his car. Truck pulled up. Guys jumped out. They started shooting at him. He ended up taking off and getting away. She ends up talking to the people that were in the truck, so you can tell she was with them.
Right, yeah. At one point she's weeping and wailing. Oh, next thing you know, she's walking around like, nothing happened. So there are con jobs out there.
Definitely.
So we have to be extremely careful. We're not called to be white knights. We're not called to be saviors of our society. I mean, there comes a point where we have to say, hey, sorry, nothing I can do for you right now, and then skedaddle out of there.
And yeah, of course, because you know what, it's I think it's in our instincts as males to to help a female when she's in trouble, and maybe that comes from our caveman days when we had to help females, or else they would not survive. But society has changed, and in today's society, females don't need any help. If there's the police for that, there's the government. So let's say you see a stranded female on the side of the road, and it's a dark place. You can call the police and ask them for assistance. You don't have to go out of your car, and if you don't know her, you're taking a risk. So instead of, don't act on your instincts. Act on your intelligence. Use your brain. If there's a potential danger, assess it. And of course, in pretty much all cases, you don't need to save anybody. You can. Your responsibility maybe is to call the police, and that's all. You don't have to put yourself in harm's way. So, I will give you two examples that I found in the news of guys who obviously got caught in those situations. And, keep in mind that there are plenty of evil and criminalized women out there. And, so don't take a risk. Don't think that because it's a good-looking young woman that there is no risk. So, be careful, guys, and be safe, and think about those situations and react with your brain, not with your instincts or emotions, okay?
Johns Island man is recovering this morning from a group ambush after giving a stranger a ride home. Brandon Ryder says he was driving home to Johns Island last Friday night after a night out. He saw a woman frantically waving her arms on the side of the road, so he pulled over and offered a ride. Ryder says he was beaten by a group of men when he dropped her off.
It's terrible. It's terrible for humanity, for all of us to go through things like this and to have to actually tell these kind of stories. We shouldn't have to sit here and be talking about things like this.
Ryder has 13 staples on his head, a black eye, and other bruises. The Charleston Police Department is investigating.
West Allis police are looking for the suspect, or the person who severely beat a man. His daughters say their dad was just trying to do a good deed. Todd Hicks is live in West Allis with more on this. Todd?
Well, it's right here near 65th and Mitchell where that 66-year-old was attacked. Now his family is angry because the alleged attacker isn't behind bars. It's here on this quiet corner in West Allis where a family says a good deed turned to violence Saturday.
When all he was trying to do was help.
Julie Hoagland is talking about her dad, Merlin. The 66-year-old is fighting for his life at Frederick Hospital after a vicious attack.
He's got a 2-layer brain bleed. He has 2 hemorrhages in his head. He has fractures in his face.
Julie says it started after Merlin offered to help a woman with a broken down car. That's when some sort of ruckus broke out. Police say the woman's boyfriend came to the scene and struck Merlin, causing him to fall and hit his head.
It's very heart-wrenching to see your own father bloodied and bruised and beaten and can't even call you by the right name.
At the time, he told officers he didn't want to pursue charges, but later his injuries took a turn for the worse.
They have to keep him sedated because the swelling in his brain.
West Allis police say they know the suspect's name and are looking to question him. Merlin's family wants that to happen sooner than later as their dad struggles to survive.
My dad is laying in a bed unconscious and this man gets to be free.
And Merlin's family is by his bedside tonight, just hoping and praying that man pulls through. We're live on Milwaukee's South Side tonight. Todd Hicks, today's TMJ4.
Yeah, very sad. All right, Todd, thanks.